Hey, you guys. So, this is a video for the ladies, and this has to do with having clients. If you're in my industry, which you know what it is, it works by men paying for our time. And that is up to me as a woman to manage that because there are many men, and I have clients like this who are extremely respectful of the concept. They get the concept and they always start by giving. They're very giving. And in fact, I do have a client, he doesn't watch my YouTube videos that I've seen many, many years, that is really generous with me. And this gentleman, I've even bought him a few gifts. I bought him a nice cashmere sweater for Christmas, and it's not personal, really good boundaries, and he really respects me and he pays generously. There are many men like this. On the other hand, there are men who lie or take advantage, or men who are clueless or who are inconsiderate, or I don't know what is going on with them. Sometimes I think they're just a little clueless. Sometimes I think they're inconsiderate or selfish. But what they'll do is they'll ask for something without giving anything. Now, the way that this happens is like they'll request an appointment without introducing themselves. So those are guys I don't even see. I just block them. But say it's someone I've seen before. This is what they might do that is unacceptable. They'll want to see another provider who needs a reference, and so this provider will reach out to me and ask if I've seen so and so before. Now, it strikes me as very rude to ask for a reference when you haven't even told me that you are going to want a reference. I just know from being in the workplace that whenever I was going to use my boss as a reference on a resume, that I would ask for his permission, not only to give him a heads up, but also because I know that it would take some of his time and effort to reply to a reference request from another employer. So out of respect, I would say, is it okay if I use you as a reference? And some men don't do that. They think that escorts have this inside club where we just naturally talk to each other. First of all, it's very rude. Second of all, who I've seen is between me and him. And I'm not going to tell some random woman who I've seen without this person's permission. Third of all, I don't participate in the reference system at all, and I don't give references. And now that's on my Q&A page. So that's one example. Another example is me wanting to help someone out by giving them coaching because I really want to help them out, or they can't afford to pay for the coaching. And in the past, I've done this a few times, and the men have really benefited in their relationships from this coaching. And in hindsight, I'm like, that was worth some money. That was worth more than the appointment. So I should have been charging for that. And recently it happened with a client who I have done a lot of free coaching with or talking with. And something happened that I won't go into the details. It's unnecessary, especially because he watches my videos, where I felt like I shouldn't have done that. I just realized I shouldn't have given him the free coaching because my kindness was taken for granted. I was signaling kindness, and I think that it crossed the line in him not knowing, in him taking advantage of it, not because he's malicious. I was sending the wrong signals. I'm going to take responsibility for that, and a little bit of his not really knowing my rates. So I learned from that. So today I'm like, you know what? With clients, they must always pay. They must always give something first. And then today I had somebody request an okay on the site where we give clients okays, but he hadn't written me a review. In fact, when I asked him to write me a review, he said he doesn't write reviews. So I was checking in with him, and he's like, yeah, I went ahead and requested that. Okay, I'll write you a review later. And I'm thinking to myself, no way, buddy, after what happened in the second example I gave. So I told him, I'll give you that okay after the review is posted. And then I texted him, it strikes me as unprofessional for you to request a review before writing one for me. And I'm like, what is this guy thinking? And he's seen a lot of escorts, by the way. So now, from some of the men who watch my video, I know that they have the opposite problem. They have women who lie to them, cheat on them, cheat on their boyfriends to be with that guy, ghost them, and other bullshit behavior. And I'm going to talk to some of my female friends to ask them, especially some of my friends in their 30s. Now, I don't know if just to see what they know about female behavior, because that is not how I have ever behaved or how I behave or how I show up. So I can't speak to those women. I can just speak on my own experience, and that's what I do on this channel. I try to say things to help out the guys, but I'm pretty good at spotting women's BS. I don't have friends who do that BS, but I end up having guys who pull shit on me. So that's what I make my videos about, on my own experience. Because the women I meet are actually really nice, reliable, responsible. And the ones that aren't, I've let go because there's emotional drama, usually some kind of emotional immaturity, emotional drama. And usually those women, every friend I've dropped had one thing in common. I'll tell you this: party. They drink too much. They party too much. They want to be out. They either party too much or they're too needy with men. Those are the two big red flags on women. But anyway, so for women like me who are kind and receptive and giving and who've done work on themselves, okay, women like me need to learn that a man must always give, especially a man we don't know, must always start by giving. He must give something of value. And that reminds me of the videos that I made the other day about when you first meet a guy, you can't be too excited, you can't be too nice. They're the same thing. We can't be too giving. So we can't be too giving to clients. They must always pay. I guess no matter what industry you're in, I think they should always pay. And we can't be too giving to men that we just met, or maybe even to women we just met. But I'm talking about men in my industry, that they have to definitely give something of value first before they ask for something. Very important. And I think it's really up to us as women to be the gatekeepers of that. Because every time I give something that violated my boundaries, that's on me, And so I'm very grateful that I learned this lesson today. As far as women who are too guarded and not giving enough, those women have to learn to stay embodied and trust themselves and feel when it's okay to give and when not to give. That's the safe place, is just to stay embodied and to drop the past and drop your grudges and go through life open-hearted and start trusting life. So I guess this is a video about boundaries. I'm going to call this boundaries and clients. But in the appointments, they're always so respectful. If I say, say someone touches me somewhere I don't like, and I'll be, just one thing. And they'll be like, whoa, they're so respectful. So I don't think they're doing anything malicious. I just think that people have a certain way of going through life and they're not aware. So it's my responsibility to have those healthy boundaries. That's it. That's all I want to say. And again, I'm in my mode of just wearing dresses. So I love this pretty dress. So pretty. So I'm going to be just wearing dresses. I'm going to just keep doing it and let you guys know how it goes. And thank you for watching my video.